We're gonna catch. Catch 'em all, catch 'em all, catch the Pokemon. Hey! Alright. Back in blue. Back in Pokemon Blue. It's the blue. Blue to you. Star of the show, Ish Kitchen. Ish Kitchen, you get your Pokemon. Yeah, I gotta get all those Pokemons. All I got is Pikachu. 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 It turns into, at some point it just turns into white noise. Ish Kitchen. And Professor Oak. And Professor Ick. Ish, Mist, and Burke. Gonna go to the Pokemon Lug. Maybe a champion. So for such inanity. Hey, it's I'm the instigator. I like inanity. Inane. Inane is the name of the game. Fatalis is running out of slams, so we're gonna try. I was using Nahabra to fight some Hypnos, and usually this would happen. Yeah, no surprises there. You gotta give it a chance. You gotta give the Beedrill a chance. I'm actually writing essays called The Old Ball Game and Being Cool Online. My gosh. Did you find a solution? Did you figure out? Or is it still a mystery? How to be cool online. Being cool online is kind of the derivative of cool. Or no, is that integral? D over dx? Oh my gosh, we're both paralyzed. It's such a typical situation. Oh my gosh, I should have stuck with Slam. Both Chansey and Fatalis are just like stuck on the floor. It's again just a Chansey and a Dragonair like kind of twitching on the ground, not moving and unable to attack each other. Oh hey, look at that! It's a funny looking dinosaur. We're gonna just hang around and fight the like Raichus and stuff that flock to this part of the underground. Some of the old Pokemon art is like not quite on model. What am I trying to say? I don't know. Like there's some like cartoons and stuff that look like they look a little too clean for their context. I don't know. I like the old like rough stuff, but I really like the stuff that like bends the rules, like really old Daffy Duck cartoons when he's still like a loon, which is kind of which I guess is the original joke. When Daffy Duck is just like wacky and he like the artist would like stretch and squash it so much that like no two drawings of Daffy Duck would like look at all alike. I thought it was weird how there are two Daffys. There's the one who's actually Daffy, and then there's the one who's like greedy and ill-tempered. Like when they did the Jack and the Beanstalk cartoon. I guess that's what the change was, now that I think of it. Because originally Daffy was paired with Porky Pig, and Porky was like the straight man to Daffy's like lunatic. But then when they started pairing Daffy with Bugs Bunny, like Daffy kind of had to be the more serious guy, because Bugs was the nutcase, the loon. Yeah, boy, I haven't really thought about the Looney Tunes in a long time. How did we get there? How did I get here? This is not my beautiful house. This is not my beautiful cartoon. We definitely had Winnie the Pooh tapes, now that I think of it. I'm pretty sure. Hey, we got it! Level 47, that's all we needed. Thank you, Winnie the Pooh! Mike Mulligan and the Steam Shovel. Wait, is that... I just had like a flashback. And it might be something else. I might be confusing it, but is Mike Mulligan and the Steam Shovel, is that where like new steam shovels are coming in and replacing the old one, and they eventually like turn their steam shovel into like a they got stuck in a hole that they were building a basement for a house, and they turned it into like a stove. Is that? I haven't seen that in a long time. Wow. This could be a callback to a previous stream where I was talking about like false memory stuff. We got it. We got level 55. Okay, we'll continue discussing old videotapes after Fatalis evolves into a mighty, mighty dragon. Oh my gosh, and it learns Hyper Beam. Okay, we definitely keep Hyper Beam. Slam, get out of here. Fatalis forgot Slam and learned Hyper Beam, which has like one of the best sound effects in this whole game. Not as good as Mankey's Battle Cry, but Hyper Beam is pretty close, pretty good. Fatalis, evolved into Dragonite. It still doesn't work. It still doesn't work, but I do it anyway. We did it! 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 Dragonite. Dragonite, the dragon Pokemon. An extremely rarely seen marine Pokemon. Its intelligence is said to match that of humans. Yeah. I hope not. Otherwise, it's like, why do we have it in... We're keeping this really intelligent creature bottled up in a ball? Make it fight each other? Feels a little bit sus. I don't know. There's one that I always remember, and I can't find it. For the life of me, I can't find out what it's called. There's this old story, this old cartoon about a mouse who wants to go to Switzerland because he heard that somebody told him that all of the holes in Swiss cheese are made by mice. Like, they have a factory full of mice who get to eat holes out of the Swiss cheese all day. And there's this, like, sweet little story where he's, like, riding a passenger car across Europe to get to Switzerland. He learns the truth that it's just, like, a process. It's part of the... It was just a rumor this whole time. But, like, he makes peace with the journey to having been good and like all this other stuff. It's one of those things that I saw so long ago that I'm sure if I did find it, I would barely recognize it. It's very apropos to be so nostalgic about old media playing Pokemon Blue now that I think of it. Good old Lewis. Lewis, you're gonna be catapulted so many levels. You might evolve from like one fight, who knows? Okay, Bnohabra. This is your chance to shine. Alright, shine on, you crazy diamond. Back in your Pokeball. Plesioth might be able to solo Lorelei's team. Lewis is evolving! I wasn't paying attention. Yay! Nidorino! Time for another Pokédex read. Nidorino, the Poison Pin Pokemon. An aggressive Pokemon that is quick to attack. The horn on its head secretes something venom. The horn on its head secretes a powerful venom. There we go. I pressed A little too fast. But I don't know. Maybe you could probably write a convincing convincing science fiction story about somebody who started playing a VR game and got so immersed that they, like, forgot somehow. They, like, managed to spend enough time in the simulation that they forgot that it was a simulation, or they convinced themselves that the world before the simulation was not real. Maybe it's something that like Black Mirror would have done, maybe. I'd be surprised if they haven't done that idea already. Or you know what? It would be a Twilight Zone. I guess, actually, what am I talking about? This exact scenario I was describing was a Twilight Zone episode where this guy's wandering around like an abandoned town and slowly going crazy, and then he gets pulled out of like like a test environment space capsule, because it was a space program thing about testing human psychology in prolonged isolation. You know, it doesn't have to be strictly a VR headset, but this is like a person who went into a test, who went into a testing environment knowing what it was and still got absorbed into like delusions and a fiction. So I guess, yeah, I guess that's already been done. Wait, I'm trying to remember when Zubat evolves. High-minded discussions of literature and science fiction. What number does this Pokemon evolve at? I want to know when the Pokemon evolve. How incredible is it that, like, a couple loops of music that are not any longer than maybe 3 minutes at most don't get old somehow. It's an incredible achievement to be able to write music that, on such a short loop, that does work so well. Maybe the battle music works so well because sometimes the attacks interrupt it. It's funny, I used to think of that as a problem, that the attacks will like cut out one channel of the music. But I think that's actually, if it's not intentional, I think that actually works, because it gives the attack weight that they interrupt parts of the music, you know? Some of the music is really out there. Pokemon Mansion is like the most experimental song in all of Pokemon. I'm gonna step out on a limb and say that. Oh my gosh, it's doing Fury Attack. Okay, come on. Come on, Danish, you gotta hit it. You gotta hit it with the rocks, okay. So, I think it helps that there's... Gosh. The game doesn't want me to talk about the game. That's just kind of like nice and easy to deal with. Ooh, Drunkle leveled up. Okay, it's time for another evolution. Starhawk conversation will continue after these messages. Talk about off-model. Look at that Golbat. Okay, we're gonna read the Dex. Dex, Pokédex. Golbat, the bat Pokemon. Once it strikes, it will not stop draining energy from the victim, even if it gets too heavy to fly. Ugh. They say draining energy, but they mean blood. If it gets too heavy to drain. Yeah, it is a great sprite. It's wacky and wild, and I love it. Oh, look at that. Lewis is able to use a Moonstone. Oh, yeah. Nidoking just looks like great. Nidoking looks like perfect and great and everything. Very well done sprite for Nidoking. Because I think Nidoking was one of the first designed Pokemon too, right? Nidoking, the drill Pokemon. It uses its powerful tail in battle to smash, constrict, then break the prey's bones. Wow, we got 2 brutal Pokemon in a row. Golbat drains the blood of its victims until it's too heavy to fly, and this Nidoking breaks their bones. You know, for kids. I don't know why Oddish has that sound. It's very silly. It's very, like, electronic. Beatrix sounds like an elephant, though. I just realized that as I said it. Beatrix sounds like an elephant. Yeah, it's an elephant. Why have I never noticed that before? Wait, what does Nidoking sound? Or Nidoking doesn't sound like an elephant. Nidoking's like... Why does Nidoking... it kind of sounds like an elephant, like a metallic robo-elephant. I don't know. I guess Nidoking is supposed to be more of a dinosaur-ish thing. Pokemon are weird, man. I could always, like, transfer my save. Oh, Duskurb is evolving. Duskurb is evolving into an energy drink. That's a That's a Monster Hunter 2 joke. Ooh. Gloom looks pretty on model. Talking about on model artwork from before, Gloom is like, it looks pretty weird in this, but it is pretty on model. Gloom, the weed Pokemon. The fluid that oozes from its mouth isn't drool. It is a nectar that is used to attract prey. Boy, that Gloom does look pretty buzzed. A little high, maybe. Oh, wow. Only level 31. All right. Here we go, Mothula. Yeah. Ah, I love Venomoth. Venomoth is one of my favorite designs. And I love... Venonat in this game looks kind of gross and greasy, but I love how it waddles around in the Let's Go games, the like Switch Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu. It's so great. It's such like a joyful little hop, like a little jaunty bounce that it does when it follows you in the overworld. I love it. I kind of subscribe to the idea that at some point Venomoth's design was going to be Butterfree. Like, Venonat looks more like the final Butterfree. They have, like, the same face. I seem to recall that there is, like, an old, watercolor of Venomoth with different colors, as if it was... that look more like Butterfly-like. I don't know. Oh, here it goes. It looks so goofy, like it's like holding up the Rafflesia on its head. Venomoth, the poison moth Pokemon. The dust-like scales covering its wings are color-coded to indicate the kinds of poison it has. Once again, a Pokédex entry that is primed for, like, regional color variations that they haven't done, right? Am I wrong, or has there not been, like, a Venomoth of a different color? Gosh, get it together, Nintendo. Or I guess HAL Laboratory. HAL Labs. Vileplume, the flower Pokemon. The larger its petals, the more toxic pollen it contains. Its big head is heavy and hard to hold up. So thank you all again for watching, and until next time, I'll be seeing you.